Whatever comes to your heart, speak to it.
I'd like to start out with, I don't think we really ever talked about Paranormal Activity.
My girlfriend Katie, she thinks there's something in the house, I don't know.
You believe me, right?
I think we're gonna have a very interesting time capturing whatever paranormal phenomena is occurring or is not occurring. Windows are locked, doors are locked, alarm is on. Hearing a weird sound.
Something's here.
And it's right on the cusp. It's a tricky one because it technically is like 09.
Yeah, but also I don't want. I'm not gonna. I hate all of them.
You hate all, yeah. And I think
I stopped watching after the second one.
And the third one is actually kind of low key the best one. But the first one, I think this is the last time. And again, is it a great movie? Just like the Blair Witch is not a great movie. Is it like kind of a feat and a lot of fun and just a wave that will never? I don't know if we'll ever have another one of these.
Yeah. Well, it is what horror is defined by.
Yeah.
Low budget, high success.
Yeah.
And Paranormal Activity was the restart of that wave.
Yeah.
Because then after Paranormal Activity, we don't get the same type of movies, but we get, movies that are on a shoestring budget.
Yeah.
And then just blow up.
Yeah. Well, and I think, this is like right before like Blumhouse is about to get started. And it's that, let's make it for cheap. Let's make a lot of money. But also just like as an audience.
I'm sure it's really fun with an audience.
I remember seeing this in like the Dollar Theater in North Little Rock.
Oh, yeah.
And it was terrifying. And you just like, because you really like, it's that same thing, like you, just like the Blair Witch, you just kind of didn't know what you were watching.
Yeah.
Like you've seen the previews, and you're like, oh, it's a ghost story, but you really didn't know, like when you walked in, you're like, oh yeah, I'm sure it's going to be fine. But like the last 30 to, 40 minutes is just unnerving. And then like it just kind of all comes together at the end, and it's very creepy. And I just don't know, like as a society, I just don't know if they can pull it off again. Because you had all the previews like of the audience being like, my gosh, and they try to replicate it with like, you think like Long Legs. It's like, hey, did you know that we put a heart monitor on her, and the first time she saw Long Legs, it was her heart was beating real fast.
And the same with Terrifier, people are throwing up in the new ones.
Yeah, and it's like, I just don't know if we will ever have another moment. This was kind of the last breath of just being, as a culture, being like, whoa, like, have you seen Paranormal Activity? Do you know what this is? And like, then later at your friend's house being like, have you, like, I've got a copy. It's a DVD.
But I will say the Tandy, which he was talking about, the Dollar Theater that used to exist, the reason it's so fun to go watch horror movies there, I watch Insidious there, is like the seats are so close together.
Yeah.
Like normal movie theaters, there's a little bit of space.
Yeah.
Nowadays, there's a lot of space.
Yeah.
Back then, the Tandy was like, let's get about 200 people in a space meant for 50 people.
And it's not, and they weren't stadium seatings. No. It was like you're all on the ground
so
together.
Sometimes you have to be like...
it is. And you could see like kind of everyone's reaction.
So that adds to the experience.
Yeah, it was just, I just remember having a lot of fun, and it just kind of changing the next, for better or for worse, like the next like 10 years. Steven Spielberg, everyone kind of complains about him changing the end of Twister. I think he changed the end of this one too, so...